Hey everybody, welcome to Urban Rush. It is Wednesday, September the 28th, 2011. We have a great show coming up for you today. I'm Fiona Forbes.
You all right over there?
Well, you see...
You're trying to stifle a giggle for some reason.
You threatened me.
I did
right
not.
Right before we started, you totally threatened me.
I did not. When you say that I threatened you, you're leaving people open to their interpretation of how I would threaten you. You better want it. It was nothing like that.
And what was it, Michael?
It was an innocuous...
bodily function.
Nothing. Gorgeous
Not
day outside.
Innocuous.
The forecast at the beginning of the week on Monday was for rain throughout the week. It was
Actually,
be
what
terrible.
it said was blah, meh.
Meh.
And now we have, any day that is sunny like this after the first day of fall is bonus weather.
Vancouver, take this jewel of a day and stick it in your crown because this is a good day.
Why does everything that you say sound threatening to me
I don't
today?
know.
Stick it in your crown, expert.
Stick it in your crown. But it is just beautiful.
It's
and
absolutely gorgeous.
There's a special feeling, right? Like when you wake up and the sun's shining and this time of year and there's a crispness in the air and it just, you can put on a sweater.
Sorry, what was that special feeling you get when you wake up?
Crispness, I believe I call it.
Anyway, speaking of Christmas, Ryan Kessler last year launched a line of clothing called RX-17.
RK-17.
RK-17.
Ryan Kessler
Sorry,
and his number.
I was thinking of X-rated.
Was
I
it
apologize because
or it was your prescription.
He took a lot of flack for posing in his skivvies from his teammates. Now, no man should take flack for that body, and despite the fact every time we show this picture, Michael
Photoshop.
accuses it of Photoshop.
Effective use of shadow.
Michael.
What? No.
He already threatened to beat you up last time.
Let us not forget that I actually said that in front of Ryan, and he was fine with it. He had a good laugh about it. He said all the guys were sort of bugging him in the dressing room and everything. But Ryan has raised the ante.
He has raised the bar, shall we call it?
Because ESPN, the magazine, they do what they call the body issue every year. I think B-O-D-Y, but it could be
Let's cut to the chase here, people. Ryan Kessler's going to pose naked.
We were thinking, what do they do? Because the last time they had hockey players in ESPN, the magazine.
Were they naked?
Yeah, and it was the Edmonton Oilers, 2009. A friend told me about this. I don't know.
I was going to say, how do you know about this and I don't?
Because it's important for me to be informative to our audience and know the details.
I have the perfect idea.
Andrew Cogliano, Sheldon Surrey. But anyway, they had them in the dressing room. And
how do you know this?
They put equipment where their equipment would be. So that
they covered it with sticks and pucks.
Exactly. You couldn't see the stick for the stick.
Ryan, I have a great idea for you. Because it's the body issue and there's going to be a bunch of other athletes. I think Ryan Kessler should just naked photobomb all the other athletes' photos.
Just Kessler bomb them.
Like the photobombing Kessler of last season, he can be in the background just doing whatever.
Just doing his thing. Here's my suggestion for Ryan Kessler. One of the greatest moments in hockey movie history. Reenact this and have them take photos. Have you seen Slapshot?
Of course I've seen Slapshot. I have even been,
touched.
Fondled by the Hansons when they were shooting.
Right. Show me on the doll where the Hansons touched you.
Yeah, it was awkward but awesome because they're the Hanson brothers.
When
Gordy.
They were shooting here, hey, Gordy.
Never seen the movie.
But how funny would that be? Like if Ryan actually used that and sort of used that as his inspiration.
So
as his
wait a minute,
muse?
Michael. You know the names, ranks, and serial numbers of every other male athlete who's post news, and you're suggesting a striptease.
Only the hockey players.
Okay, sorry. You have standards and you got a line.
I'm not going to talk about some basketball player. That'd just be weird. But the hockey players that have been naked in ESPN, in ESPN the magazine, I do know who it was.
Hey, you know what the best part is?
I'm not shy
I
about
didn't
that.
know that ESPN had naked athletes.
I didn't even know they had a magazine. I didn't even know people still did magazines.
I know.
All right.
Okay, speaking of young bucks who are going to be posing naked.
The other retirement.
Andy Rooney is stepping down from 60 Minutes. Now, he is 92 years old, and
93 in January.
Yeah, he's been on TV since they had TV, basically, and he's just the best curmudgeon that ever lived. I've been watching
You love him.
I love him. When I was a kid, my dad loved 60 Minutes, but I would always only tune in for the end, and the thing I'll miss most about Andy Rooney Or his eyebrows when he gets super mad.
They really, as he got older too, Andy Rooney was definitely not a manscaper. He refused to trim up the caterpillars at all. It was just... What?
I just don't want to think about Andy Rooney manscaping. I just got this visual of my own.
You know, there's a trend now for men to do things like manscaping. I don't understand this. And anyway, very poor Andy Rooney impression. My favorite Andy Rooney
Who's
moment.
the Canadian politician? Ross Perot. Why do you sound like Ross Perot?
Everything I do. George Bush, Bill Clinton, they're all Ross Perot in one form or another.
But you have a favorite video of Andy Rooney.
Yeah, this was Andy Rooney and Ali G, of course, Sacha Baron Cohen, one of his great alter egos. And this is from a few years ago, but when he went in, and Andy Rooney, as Fiona mentioned, bit of a curmudgeon. He's kind of over it. He's seen it all. He did not get the Ali G thing at all, but it's pretty damn funny.
Days before, because it's going to be such a massive story that everyone will want to know about it and reads about it for ages.
But you don't know who won it, do you? Until the election is over. How can you report it before it happens?
Yo, for real.
Okay, I think that's about it. I don't
Okay.
think you can't do that.
Andy Rooney taps it. He
His
even knows to
pants
tap out.
hiked up to here.
Yep, he taps out. He knows it.
I
Love
know, but he'll be doing his last curmudgeonly sign-off
Sunday.
on this Sunday 60 Minutes, so make sure that you tune in. Every now and then on the internet, we find a picture or video that is like our relationship here, and ladies and gentlemen,
Loving?
here is today's. He does this Spock mind meld.
That was funny. I was like, they're just dogs playing. That's no big deal.
No, he's playing
That
tag.
was good. That's like my kids. My younger kid always, like now.
Does the Vulcan mind meld?
Well, no, he's learned how to fake it. Like,
Oh.
Daddy hit me.
That's exactly what's going on there. We have a
exactly
great
the
show
same.
coming up for you today.